Hello everyone, welcome to Goa News Now. We, as budding journalists, have a few questions for Sir Carlos Almeida. Firstly, since when did you start taking interest in politics?
I was in school that time. I answered, it was in 1980. My uncle became MLA of our school. That was the time that I was happy. From that time, I started. I not joined. I was with him from the 80s, 1980.
Okay, so now in school, like we have flam books right now, so we can choose any profession under the sun to choose as our to be profession. So, what profession did you think of when you were in school?
I had not thought of any profession. See, because it came in my life later on. It depends. See, it depends what you do in how you start your life. First of all, my uncle was an MLA, so I used to follow him. I used to help him around. I used to help him with painting, writing cards, hanging banners, and then I like that work with him.
So, first you chose to be a MLA when you were young and you did become an MLA,
No, no.
a politician, sorry.
As in, we get to choose from astronaut to be from a writer, from a singer to a dancer. We can choose anything. So, what do you think was your first choice of
Yeah.
profession?
See, I'm not thought. I didn't think of anything particular that time. And then as time passed, then I went up for the, and then I went to municipal council for 3 terms as a councillor, and then MLA. So I'm basically a businessman and not a politician.
Oh, okay. If given a chance to amend the constitution without interference, what would you change?
I think that first of all, we have to change we have to amend the constitution on how the MLAs change parties. That is one thing that is every all over India. It is bad for once I'm on one party, I have to stick with that party. Whether 2/3 is there or whether 1/4 is there, that's wrong.
So we have a lot of role models. So who do you think had the biggest impact on you as a leader?
I had Vajpayee ji and Rajiv Gandhi ji. They are two people that I liked. Why that? Because Vajpayee was a different type. And Rajiv Gandhi brought the Maruti car. All this today, they come to India each time. The mobile phones, he has brought to India.
Okay, who, according to you, is more important, the voter or the vote, and why?
For me, it's the voter because voter is finally the boss. Voter decide, but then if you have to go home, you have to go home. You have to accept the voter choice. But sometimes voters also are being now with social media they're being confused. Social media is one tool that is being misused and be used properly, but it is more being misused by people.
So it is according to you if you make it to according to your favor or not.
It depends. It depends on case to case basis.
So what according to you was the most special thing about your campaign?
My campaign was planned up, was planned and organized. So I won. I'm going to win. I'm going to win because of the planned campaign. And I've got a big team in place. All the booths everywhere.
What are the workings in an election, and how does the process from polling to result fall out?
See, working first of all, you have to be sincere in public life, and for that you have to have your own business. If you got no business, that means you're not faithful. You have to be a businessman basically first. Even you're young, if you want to be a politician, first be a good businessman, and then join politics, or have a good earning, and then got business.
So a lot of people they talk about what they want to do for the people. This thing. So usually this mostly categorize people who vote for them. So what is your party offering to students like us who are non-voters?
See, if you're non-voter, there are many schemes also for studying, loans without interest. So that part of studying part is there. After you finish studying, there are interest-free loans that you can pay. Now, if you're not married, when you turn 18, you can take 1 lakh for marriage. Then money can be used till you get married from the bank.
Okay, why is it necessary to display criminal records in the newspaper?
Election Commission of India had taken the decision because people have to see whether that politician is got a bad record. Then you can judge the vote him or not. So it's good that they have done it.
Okay, so a campaign has a lot of parts and a lot of segments. So, what according to you is the most crucial part in your campaign?
The last 2 days is important. So that is the time that there are a lot of floating voters who have decided where to vote, and they decide where to vote, seeing the people, seeing the wave, seeing the movement, seeing the planning. The last few days is important.
What are your educational qualifications, and what was your big political debut?
See, I've not studied much. I did my 12th, and then I did my diploma, and then I went into business. See, basically, as I told you, I'm more of a businessman. I've got my barge, I got my launches. So I'm a businessman, not a politician.
Okay, and at what age was your biggest political debut?
I don't know. I'm not even. You're the first person asking the question.
Okay.
Code of conduct is very important. So, what was your implication of code of conduct through this election?
See, code of conduct was good, but then there are a lot of biased officers who are doing things of their own. They were with the ruling party, and that is bad. Like the PR was police station, it was bad. See, code of conduct is for all have to be at one level, not one and other people separate.
If you come in power, what would your actions be to control the COVID situation?
See, even before coming to power, also I had when the virus broke up in Goa. First was Mangur. I asked for lockdown in Vasco, but the government failed to do a lockdown for different reasons.
Now that COVID has come up and it is going to be there for the rest of our lives, the center had taken a lot of decisions to prevent this. So, what decisions of the center do you agree against this crisis?
See, I agree on some points. Mr. Modi said put lights, and he said bang some plates. We have done all that nonsense, but then no effect on that part. First of all, we are on the wrong track in the starting point. I don't know, even you also must have done that plates banging and lighting. So that is we were on the wrong foot in the beginning. I don't know, Mr. Modi, from where got the idea. So then that was the best start that we did. But now everyone must take care. See, COVID is come to stay. What is that is that? So we all have to be careful. We have to improve the hygiene, hand washing, sanitizing. That is important. Even when we talk to anybody, keep a distance, safe distance. And COVID will stay not for many years together.
Do you agree with the lockdown imposition that they had done?
See, lockdown was ill planned. The lockdown should be done, but here the poor man suffered. I know. I had a lot of meetings these days. There was the old man, 70-year-old person. He had he had to withdraw his money from the ATM. He stood for 4 hours. After he got the money, he went to shop. Shop was closed. Lockdown should be planned.
Okay, do you think there should be a lockdown now as well?
I don't think lockdown is required. See, economy will suffer. Lockdown is required when people don't listen, when it's bad. But now I think it'll be under control. The peak time is over now.
So, you're saying that if we take proper precautions with the COVID crisis, then lockdowns would not be needed as much as it was earlier.
We have to learn how to live with the virus. That is the main point. We have to learn how to live. Now when you're not well, you have to learn how to live in that life.
But it also it depends on the people's mentality. As areas like Mangur, I do not think that people they roam with masks or they take proper social distancing care.
See some areas, but then those people are not well. See, you know, now said about Mangur, they are much more stronger than us. They take vitamin D more than us. By working out in the field, working out on sites.
But in the end, in a way, it affects us as well.
Yeah, it works all. It's bad for everybody. So implementing the mask is important. What you said is right. Mask, please wear the mask is important. Other parts of the about hygiene is very important. Safe distance is important.
So, what do you think you would do to change the mentality of such people?
See, mentally it's very difficult. If I go and tell somebody that's the job of the government officers, they must put more hoardings, more publicity, more TV coverage.
But already, actually, publicity was done a lot. But I don't think people naturally go and listen to other people speaking. Some people they have to agree about their own thoughts. They do not want other people to tell them what they want to do.
See, what's your Mangur? I go to suppose I'm from Mangur. I go to work. I come at night and go to sleep. I don't watch TV at all. So where the publicity? It should be in house to house. Like leaflet should be given by the health staff. They must go and explain to the house to house. We have got a lot of BLOs who are not working in any way. The BLO job is to go house to house and tell the people. They have to give some pamphlet in the language. Because Mangur, now we'll talk about Mangur. Mangur, we got people from all over India. We got Andhra, we got Andhra, we got Kannada, we got UP people. So in their own language, you have to get different and tell them.
How can we strengthen the justice process to make it faster and more efficient and more moral and correct?
If you got no cases, everything will be over.
Sorry.
If there are no cases and no cases in all everything will be fine.
Okay, so if you came in power, so what are your party's specific ideas to boost the economy? So as to increase the amount of startups that are there in Goa, because Goa do not really have that kind of mentality to progress with the world, progress with the rest of the country does.
See, Vasco. We are blessed. We have got road connectivity. We have a rail, airport. We all four connections. We have got transport connection. But then you go to Baga Beach. You go to Kalangut. You go to Kolwa. They got nothing. But they are doing very well their business. Today we got Bayana Beach, a gold mine for us. Beach can be developed well. I've been after that point so many years together. When Mr. Parikar was there, we have done it. See, Bayana Beach Basque will prosper. Today what he said is that economy is down. But see the economy there in the north. See in Mandre, see in Baga, Kalangut, Kolwa, Kankot, everywhere. But Vasco is dead. And we are blessed because we got airport, we got railway, we got the road, port, connect, we got everything in Vasco. So that is one priority of mine.
So you're planning to improve the conditions of these places or try to implement new places like this to boost the economy?
No, see, Bayana Beach has to be developed. Now, see, Mirin Naik, the ex-MLA Muruga he was against me. He said, no, that I will do what I want. There were two shacks have come. Now, see, people, there were shacks in Bogmalo. People Vasco go to Bogmalo for dinner or for lunch. People go to Kolwa and people go to Baga and for dinner and lunch. Now, Bayana Beach, it is 1.9 kilometer stretch. Now, there we had proposed four shacks. But now, two shacks I managed to get.
Exactly. So now you spoke about beaches. So beaches in Goa right now, it is actually the main reason for tourism in Goa. So tourism is a big part of the economy of Goa. First of all, so now beaches are getting dirtier and dirtier day by day. So what do you think you can put an idea into people to increase the cleanliness in beaches?
See, what on the beach, see, dirt comes from somewhere else. See, he's basically tired. We don't know who threw the dirt, we don't know. It's not the person from their same place who threw the dirt. Dirt comes on the low tide, high tide, we can see the dirt coming in. So then all are responsible people. We don't know from where. So this is what education important is.
What advice would you give to someone who is assuming a leadership position for the first time?
I can only say one advice that be clean person, be non-corrupt. Then you automatically will come up in life. See, because that is the most important part. Be non-corrupt and be clean.
Okay, and what advice would you give to us as students and to the other students out there?
Don't leave hope. When you aim for something, go for it. See, I've seen many young children who go, they try, and then they fail for the attempt. Then they say don't. They stop going. So don't even if you fail, also you start going again. And you try and succeed. That's the motto.
Okay, thank you so much.